Second thing that is actually very, very important. On a deep core, every man wants to be fed by his woman. Now, to us women, when we eat, we're not really eating. We're tasting food. Little bit here, little bit there. For us, taste is important. And therefore, we're judging our men that food is not a big deal for them. Please know, food is a huge deal for a man. You gotta know this formula. The first we covered, now the second. When a man eats, he almost like pigs out. He gotta stuff his belly, because to him when he's eating, guess what? Subconsciously it's happening. He is prepared for the next day to go to war. It's like almost he's getting his bullets, his weapons, his knives, his uniform renewed, cleaned, fully prepared to go back to battle tomorrow. And so he's stuffing himself. But what's for us women? You go on a diet, you're becoming vegetarian, vegan, and you cook vegetables for him too, and you're like, honey, eat some vegetables. Oof, that hurts, man. You gotta feed him what he likes. Even if it's a bad food in your mind, 5 sausages or 2 steaks, you're like, this is ridiculous. He'll have high cholesterol. When he'll grow spiritually in 10 years or next life, he'll eat veggies. But not in this life. He wants 2 steaks, you give him 2 steaks. To him, it's a war. Because again, a man either asleep and he's a couch potato, or he goes to war every day, guess to provide for who? For you. For you. I get excuses only for Gabby. Right now, she doesn't sleep at night because she's breastfeeding a baby. She can skip sometimes preparing his steaks. But she gotta communicate, honey, I didn't sleep well, I'm tired. Do you mind grabbing something so we can both eat? And he feels loved. Oh, poor honey is tired, cannot cook, but she's telling me that, so I can buy something for both of us. You're excused if you're pregnant and if you're breastfeeding. But still, whenever you feel good, you still gotta cook. But now I'll tell you what you gotta tell him when he's eating. We as a women, you're staying home, you're not working, you're overwhelmed with your emotions, so you're feeding him and now dumping all of your emotions on him. A man feels so overwhelmed. You gotta, no matter how much you wanted to tell him how was your day, you gotta zip it. You gotta be quiet while he's eating. The moment he fully stuffs his belly with his steak or 2 sausages and mashed potatoes or whatever he likes, that's when you can share. But not until then. Is that clear? You gotta prepare his food that he loves and not dump your emotions on him while he's eating. Very, very important. What Western women does? Box, microwave, have some pizza, have some whatever. This is not love. When you are feeding your man, it communicates deep in his heart that you love him. Especially if you prepare something that he loves. You put the effort, you went to the store, you prepared his favorite meal. It's like, oh, she loves me. She knows how it's important for me to go tomorrow to the battlefield and go fight other bulls, other soldiers. Is that clear? Really big deal to a man that you're feeding him. Try to find a man who doesn't like food. You won't provide a leader and protector? Gotta feed your man. Yeah?
Dear ladies, I am thrilled to invite you to join my feminine circle of incredible women. These free online meetings happen every other week, and they're all about healing, growth, and mastering the art of creating harmonious relationship with men. But that's not all. As a special perk, you'll get an exclusive 50% discount on all my relationship programs. So why wait? Reach out to me today to claim your spot in our feminine circle and embark on your journey to femininity and harmony. I can't wait to see you there. Namaste, my friends.
Now, third, some of you mentioned this, but you don't understand how this is important for a man. A man fully opens his heart. He basically melts, but he's not gonna tell you this. But when you say this, his heart is tuning to you and opens up to you. And this is your loyalty. To a man, honestly, this is probably the most important thing. But not that he will understand your loyalty. You gotta actually tell him, honey, you are the one. I am so happy with you that I have you. You fulfill me fully. I don't need anyone else. Ladies, you gotta write it down. You are the only one that I need. You fully fulfill me. When a man hears that he is it for you and that you're loyal to him, this is it. His heart melts. Now, I'll be honest with you, ladies. You can fake anything in a relationship, but not those three things. But if you're telling him this, but you're in the background thinking he's not the one, he will feel that. If you're still searching for other guys online or chatting with your friends, he will feel it. He will know that. You cannot fake this. But in order to get to that loyalty, guess what do you need? To appreciate your man for all of the wonderful things that he does. What do you think you need? How can you achieve that? Any guesses?
When you will feel protected, when you will feel protected and relaxed.
It's not about you, actually. It's about what you need to do.
To achieve this, to do this three stuff, yeah? Or I didn't get the question.
In order to feel that you actually loyal to him and see all of his amazing, great qualities, and to feel this loyalty towards him, what do you actually need to do?
Commit to him.
To commit to him? In order to see the best qualities in a man, because 99% of the time, we as a women, we actually ignore the good. We concentrate on what's not working. We have that thing. And by the way, if you want to influence your man to change, these are three things you need to do. And we will talk more about it. But in order to see the best qualities in your man, you actually gotta serve him. And concentrate on his good qualities. Maybe that just one thing, he pays for the bills and he takes the trash out. Maybe that's the only two things that he does. And the rest you don't like, that he's messy, that he stopped working out, and that he started even drinking wine on the weekends. You don't like those things. But if you concentrate on the fact that he's taking trash and he's paying bills, and you start to serve him, you're gonna start seeing more and more good qualities in him and start opening your heart to him. Because we usually, as a human beings, we're very selfish in nature. We're like, what can you give me? But the moment you're like, what can you give me? A man does what in return?
He doesn't give. He becomes like
really stingy.
Exactly, because then he's thinking, what can you give him? And that's how you're playing the selfish game. Do you know the formula of happiness really in a marriage? My husband and I were never thinking, what can you give me? You know what we do? We
Just
giving. Exactly. You know, with so much joy, I just feed him. And with joy, I'm washing the dishes after him. And with joy, I pick up his socks and I go wash it. And with joy, when he comes from work, I hug him and kiss him. And I put his food when he goes to work and I hug him and kiss him. Give. Keep serving and giving. The more you serve and give, oh my God, how much you can get back. That's the way the energy works. You give, you serve, and they start giving and serving you back. That's how the love grows. Disconnect from what I can get. And if you're thinking you're giving, and he is not giving back, that's when you gotta start educating your man. And we're gonna talk about it. How man educates us and how we're educating women is two different things. It doesn't work for men, what we usually do, and it doesn't work what they usually do with us. It's a completely different way of how we're operating. But so far, is there any questions about what we covered? 3 things. Acknowledging where he's heading, be proud of that. Support him so he can relax, that you're not competing with him and his attention. Number 2, feeding him and be quiet while he's eating and feed him what he likes. And number 3, loyalty. You're putting all the basket into your husband, not anyone else, thinking that, oh, maybe they'll be a better husband, better boyfriend. No, him. When you're engaged and married, until then, there's pool of other men. But once you're engaged and once you're married, this is it. He needs loyalty. That's when he will conquer the world for you. Man needs those 3 things. That's only when they open up their heart for you. Everything else, otherwise, it's a logic. Men are very logical. Any questions about it?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
These points applied only for when you engage and if you're your husband. It's not for your boyfriend, correct?
Well, absolutely. Because while a boyfriend, like we said,
maybe just start dating, maybe still not even. Yeah.
No. This is a duty of a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're engaged but have a date of the wedding, if you have a ring but no wedding date, he might just give it to you just to sleep with you. And if the date of the wedding is in 2 years, there's still no commitment. It has to be within a year. But no, you don't do that with a boyfriend. He's not your husband and he didn't take responsibility over you. Once he does it, that's when you do it. Boyfriend doesn't deserve it. He is not a provider, leader, and protector. He's dating other women, and you are dating other men. Not sleeping with other men. You're dating. And you're seeing who is matching those 20 points that you wrote down that you want in a relationship and marriage and from a man. And you're not using your emotions, you're using your logic. In a dating, we have to use our logic. We cannot go by our emotions. Our emotions was just... Do you know that, ladies, we go on a date, on the first date, with basically white wedding dress. We're already thinking, oh, his last name gonna be on me like that, our baby's gonna look like that, and our wedding gonna look like that. You gotta stop that. You gotta use your logic. And slowly asking gently questions in a feminine manner to get, is that the guy that can give you all of this? Is he spiritual? Is he fit? And all of that. Clear? And if not, there's other guys. You're dating other guys. You're not putting a wedding on your first date dress. You don't. And you're not matching his last name on your date. And not imagining how your kid's gonna look like. You can't do that. Is that clear?